You might even be tempted. Now this would be a stretch, wouldn't it? Because who in their right mind would think of God like a vending machine? But don't you know many people treat God like a vending machine? You see everything that is in the presentation window, and you got your mind on Pop-Tarts. You put in your $1.25 and you push the correct code to get your strawberry real fruit Pop-Tart. And out comes granola. Talk about disappointment. Don't people, though, in this day treat God like a vending machine? We go and we like this part about God, but I don't want anything to do with that part of God. So I will insert what is necessary and even go through and push the right and the correct codes to get it, and then walk away frustrated because they didn't get out of God what they put into Him. Don't be tempted here to treat God like that. This is essentially the conclusion of what Isaiah is coming to in this observation of what it must be like for God to receive the worship of people who treat Him like a vending machine. I would appeal to you today, don't be tempted to treat God the way the world wants you to treat Him. It's a strange conversation I had this week with a young man. Grew up in an evangelical home and grew up in an evangelical church, and on his own, in great frustration with the perpetual disappointment with God, both at home and in the church. And his expression to me this week was one of, I've always thought of God bigger than everything I've ever experienced, but I only got out of God what I put into Him. The unfortunate thing about this young man is he wants nothing to do with God. He had the taste of God. He did all the practices of what one might expect someone in an evangelical home in a Western context would do. But in all reality, he saw the frustration of everybody that he worshiped with as a young man. All of them saying, and all of them coming to the vending machine, this is my words, not his at this point, but all of them coming to the vending machine wanting different things out of God. And equally, all of them disappointed because God didn't give them what they put into it. I would say this would be one of the great indictments against the Western church, is that we've essentially presented God like a vending machine. We've tried to reduce God down to things that are more simple rather than more complex. We've shied away from the biblical terminologies and the biblical doctrines so that we might gather crowds. And at the end, all we get are anemic, God-hating people. God is saying, those are saying to you while they walk away from you, hey, may God be glorified in you. Do you hear that sarcasm again? Their frustration. They've kicked the vending machine. They've tried to shake it from the wall to get what they want. They even saw what they pushed in on it fall from the window only to get lodged between the vending location and the glass. Now, I speak of a man of great experience. But the great tragedy that anyone would think to treat God in this manner. But indeed, should we expect it to not bring about great disappointment to those who would do so?